Greetings to you, YouTube. This is Chidori Snake, back again for yet another video. This time we'll be on Street Fighter V. Now, I realize I'm late on this, obviously, but I'm just so excited for Street Fighter V. I thought that, from talks that Seth Killian and Ono has given, it felt like it was gonna take a while for Street Fighter V to be announced. At least, I thought it wasn't going to be announced until at least 2018, 2019, but it actually came sooner than I thought, which is good, because after a while, Street Fighter 4 kind of dies down a bit. Don't get me wrong, I love Street Fighter 4, but it's time for a new game, you know what I'm saying? So I am hyped. I am glad new things are coming. Now, one thing that is most noticeable is the graphics. The graphics in Street Fighter V look amazing, and I am just so happy that they have changed the art style. Because it keeps up with the Street Fighter tradition that every game in the main series it gets a different art style that sets itself apart from the rest of the games. So I'm happy that Street Fighter V has gotten a revamped art style that's kind of similar to Street Fighter 4, but not too similar to the point where it looks identical to Street Fighter 4. It's like Street Fighter 4 mixed in with a few 3D fighting games that we all come to know, like Tekken 7 and all. Not just Tekken 7, but the entire Tekken series, really. And Virtual Fighter Dead or Alive. It looks like that, but kind of better. And it's just, I'm happy. Because it's a cross. I love the crossbreed in the graphics between the Western styles and the Japanese styles. It blends perfectly with Street Fighter V. Now, another thing that I can't wait to find out what goes on with Street Fighter V is the gameplay. Now, obviously, with another tradition for Street Fighter main entries, including Alpha, is that there's differing playstyles that set it apart as well. Something new always comes into the Street Fighter series, like the Alpha counters and guard breaks in Alpha, and then before that in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo we had the introduction of Super Arts. In Street Fighter 3 we had the parry system, and we get to choose Super Arts that we wanted. And in Street Fighter 4 they added a litter of things: Ultra combos, focus attacks, EX cancels. So, and I'm curious to see what's going on in Street Fighter V. Now, judging from the trailers and the gameplay from Capcom Cup 2014, it seems like the EX moves are coming back well, it's rumored that the parries have returned as well. I'm kind of hoping that they do, because I kind of like the parries, because they give you another option for defense, which is always good. But I want it, if the parries do come back, at least have a parry gauge, I think, so that people won't endlessly spam parries, and that way it'll not only be fair, but it'll also challenge the players to use parries at the right timing, and also utilize alternate means of defense if necessary, and it encouraged them also at the same time. It could also encourage them to be more on the offensive. So bottom line, it prevents turtling. And I also see that there are elemental attacks included. I want to see how those work out. It looks like Chun-Li has the water element, while Ryu has lightning. And then I'm thinking once they add Ken in the game, pretty sure he's gonna get fire, and then Charlie's gonna get wind. Oh yes, by the way, Charlie is added, which is good. A character we haven't seen in a Street Fighter game since Alpha 3 is finally going to make it, which is a good thing, not just for Charlie fans like myself, but also for other characters in Alpha that we haven't seen since, such as Armika, Karin, even Eagle, who was in the first Street Fighter, but whose last appearance was in the portable version of Street Fighter Alpha 3. I believe it was called Alpha 3 Max. So this could be a good thing for Alpha characters, and by the looks of the stages, and by the moves that I've kind of seen so far, it looks like this game is going to be set after Street Fighter 3, or at least, if anything, just before it. Somewhere around Street Fighter 3, which means we're more than likely going to see the return of Street Fighter 3 characters, which also means that we will probably get Alex, Sean, Remy, Urien, pretty much all the fan favorites in 3 that we didn't see in Street Fighter 4. Also, in the trailer, Maximilian Dude mentioned that symbol on Charlie's forehead during the Street Fighter 5 trailer. This could prove that Charlie has been revived, that Charlie was dead but then was revived by the power of resurrection, which Gil possesses. If you remember back in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, he has the power to revive himself after he's knocked down if his super bar is filled, which means, which begs the question, does Charlie get that same ability? Does he get the resurrection super art that Gil has? Or is this going to be just strictly story-wise? That's an interesting point that I would like to see. And also, I want to talk to the people that think, the fighting game community that thinks Street Fighter 5 is exactly like Street Fighter 4. You haven't even played the game yet. Shut up. It's still in its early stages, and it looks nothing like Street Fighter 4, obviously. I mean, just look at the animations. They completely redid the animations. The art style is different. The gameplay looks different. There are air juggles in the game now, and how many side-to-side comparisons does the internet need to make? Come on, just accept that Street Fighter 5 is different. And these are the same people that look at Tekken 7 and Mortal Kombat X and be like, oh, it's so new. No, it's not. Come on. Most of these graphics we've seen before. And yet you want to turn around on Street Fighter and just be like, oh, that's the same thing. Ridiculous. So anyway, other than that, though, other than the hateration and the fighting game community that's apparently loving that good old haterade, other than that, I'm really excited for Street Fighter 5. If you guys share my emotions or have any comments about Street Fighter 5, good or bad, if you agree or disagree with what I say, feel free to tell me. Comment, like, subscribe to my new channel, and now that I said my piece, peace.